strings.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, well, within that. So when you put like for line number 19, 20, and 21, are those like automated indexes that Python gives?
Okay.
So
So yeah, go ahead.
sorry. So if instead of putting like, oh, the cost of two items costing at rupees itne, and then the rest furthermore, um, we made sure that we gave the indexes to the proper variables. But what if we didn't give any indexes? I know you said it would be 0, but we had variables on top, so 19, 20, and 21. So is
Okay.
there a way?
Okay. So 1920, these are line numbers, okay, and these are provided to us by PyCharm. So this has no link with the program, okay. Line number 18, 19, 20, it is given by PyCharm, so just for our convenience, okay. So these are not to be, these are not used, or rather, Python cannot access these numbers, okay. So these line numbers we will never use it in our program, okay. One second thing is index will come where you have more than one value, okay. So in this case, if you look at cost price, the cost price has only one value. So here we won't be using index. Index is, as I said, is used when we have more than one item. So right now we are doing basic data type, okay, int, float, okay. String is a different animal altogether, okay, because it is not one parameter. So if I say string hello, for example, here it has more than one values. So in this case, this will be h will be index 0, e will be index 1, l will be index 2, this l will be index 3, this o will be index 4. Okay. So wherever you have more than one values, will the index concept will come into picture. So these are int and float are our basic data type. So int and float will not have index as such. Okay. So that's second thing. Third thing is I'm talking about the index inside the format here. Okay. So inside this format, this is like, since we have three values here, so to differentiate between these three values, Python will give it index 0, 1, 2. Okay. Automatically it will assign the leftmost will be 0, and then it keeps increasing by 1.
Okay, I see now. All right,
Right?
thank you.
Sure. And as I said, we will talk more about indexing when we start this topic. So when we get into string, we'll talk about how indexing works in Python. But for now, let's understand that indexing starts from 0 to it keeps on increasing. So it will go up to length of the value. So in this case, the length is what? See, length will be 3. So if I ask you how many parameters format takes, it is 3, not 2. Okay. So when you say how many, it is 3. But what are its indexes? Then you say 0, 1, 2, right? So 0, 1, 2 becomes 3. So the maximum value will be length minus 1, right? So if length of this is 3, so the index of last one will be length minus 1. First one is 0 and last one is length minus 1. Okay. So here when we say format, the guys, I see some disturbance. Please be on mute if you're not talking. Okay, so the index here will be 0, and this is 1, and this is 2, and that's all. Here, since we have not given index, so here there's no way you can give index. Okay, in format, if you see, there's no option to say number has to be 3. In this case, by default, num will be index 0 only. You can't make it 1 or 2. You can play with this curly bracket inside. Inside, I can say this is number 2, this is number 0, and this is number 1. Okay. So here your num is 0. So num will come in the second position. Cost price will come at first position. No, not cost price, sorry. Total cost will come at this, because this I'm saying index 2. So if I run it, so you see total cost of 350 items costing at rupees 7 is 50. So total cost has index 2, it came here. Okay. Cost price has index 1, it came here. Num has index 0, so num will come at the second position. Okay. If I make it 3, what will happen?
There's no 3.
There's no 3, exactly. So it says index error, replacement index 3 out of range. Our range is only from 0, 1, 2. Okay, and if you're trying to print which is outside the range, you'll get index error. We got key error before, this is called index error. And it says out of range. Okay, index 3 is out of range. We do not have index 3 here. Okay, so it has to be 0, 1, or 2. Now you can make it all 0 also. That is fine. When I make it all 0, your num will be replaced in all the 3 positions. So you get total cost of 7 items costing at ₹7 is 7. Right? So I'll take break for a minute. Try to revise in your mind what we have done, and then let me know if it's okay. We'll proceed ahead. Okay, I'm here. I'm on the call. So if you have a question, you can ask me.
Why it is taking the total value as 7?
Because we said index 0 in all the 3 positions, right? So here
Yes.
also we have said index 0, here also index 0, here also index 0. So whatever is at index 0 will be replaced in all the 3 positions.
Mhm.
So you get total cost of 7 items costing at ₹7, because 0 is num and num is 7.
So it is not multiplying anything, it's just showing up the values.
It's just replacing a variable instead of the number that we give in the index that we give.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect. Okay. So we are not done yet. Okay. So let's say here, let's say if you do not have cost price here, okay, or total cost here rather. Now, we'll take one by one first. So here, if you see, okay, so let's say I put here as T cost, for example, okay, and I'll say T cost equal to, or even if you don't want to do it, you can even replace this with say num into cost price. So it need not be a variable name. It can be an expression. We call it as expression here. Okay. So here, for that matter, here, or for that matter here, we can replace with formula as well. Okay. Okay. So there is one more concept in format. Okay, and then we will be done with format. This is when you are printing numbers, like say, so let's say I have say total price. In this case, I'll have total price. I say it's 10, and items equal to 3. So I need to find sale price or buy price, right? Which it is, or unit price. Because as unit price. So unit price will be what? Tot price divided by items, right? Here it will get 3.333333, right? So if I'll take this one, and I say here cost of so items will come here, cost of items costing at SP. So unit price is this one. So this should come here, right? And then total price can come here. So now I run it, the last line. So total cost of 3 items costing at rupees 3.333335 is rupees 10, because we said 10 by 3 and 10 by 3 is recurring, right? It goes on forever. So here inside, okay, when we say 0, that means we are saying index 0, right? Here we are saying 1, index 1. We are clear of this, right? And I say index 2. Now, when you give index 1, you can also have something colon here. So colon will separate the value on the left from right. Left is index, right is the format that you want to give. So I'll say, okay, point to F. Now this inside F is different from outside F, this F. Okay, here it is format string. Here F is for float. I'm saying 0.2 decimal float. Okay, so output here will be 3.33. If I say 1F, so it will have 1 decimal point or 1 floating point. So you can control the index, the float values or the values in the decimal, number of values in the at decimal using dot f, dot 1f or 2f, dot f. You can do that.
Round off.
Sorry, was there a question there?
Would it round off?
Right. So round off is a different function. Okay. But this I'm talking about unit. So we'll talk about round off when we get into format. We'll talk about it. Okay. Round, ceiling, floor. We'll talk about. But here, this is if you want to format with decimal places. Okay. It is part of our format string cons topic itself. That's why we're talking about it. Okay. We'll get into expression and those things. We'll talk about round, floor, seal, all those functions. Okay. Yeah. So here you can control the number of decimal places using this. So colon here. So colon, before colon left side. Okay. If you don't give colon, by default it means it is index. If you give colon, it means that left side is your index and right side is the formatting that you are giving. Now formatting for string is different than formatting for a float. What we have seen is how to format the float value. You can also format string value. How? We'll see. So let's say I say C1, indicating country 1. So let's say I put Australia, or some big name here. And then I say C2, let's say I say India. Then let's say I put P1, player 1. I call it as Dhoni, small name here, let's say. And you want P2, okay, as some, okay, no, some name, some big, purpose I'm taking big name here, okay. So let's say we'll have one more, okay. So we'll have left align, center align, and right align. So say position, okay. Pause. So I say it is smallest position number would be say first, and okay, pause 1, and pause 1, let's have something like 8 AGTH, okay, and you have pause 2 equal to, I say first, okay. Now I want to print this value, okay. So using format, you can print something like this, print F P2 or P1. We'll start with P1. Okay, so we'll have all ones for Australia. Okay, so paste here. Okay, so P1 plays for Australia at position, okay, this. So plays for C1, okay, and position P1, okay. Now I copy this and I put it here. I say player P2 plays for country C2 at position pos 1, right? Not P1, pos 1. And here also I say pos 2. Okay. Now I run this. Okay.
35th line,
That is 7 is the error. What's the
If I
error?
left
Your voice is
PO2,
breaking.
we didn't declare POS2, we declared PO2.
Oh. Cost. Okay. So now, so you see this. So this guy. So now let's say you want to print multiple lines like this, and you want to display in a fashion where it starts at same position, ends with the same position. Because what happened, we have less number of characters for P2, C2, and POS2. This has become a shorter text than the first. This has become a shorter text compared to our first text, right? Now let's say we want it to be like in the align. So align means we have three types of alignment: left alignment, right alignment, and center alignment. In alignment, you fix the number of places. So I'm saying fixed number of places as say 10. So let me do this. So let's say if I say position 10, so you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And if I say Dhoni left alignment, Dhoni left. So what will happen? It will start from here. You have D, H, O, N, I. I say Dhoni right. So I will come here, N will come here, O, H, D. Okay. In this first case, what is happening is the number of spaces that is reserved, 10 spaces reserved. So even though Dhoni finishes in 5 letters only, you will have 5 blank spaces. Okay. You will have 5 blank spaces for Dhoni. Because we said 10, so it has to be 10. When I say Dhoni right, the 5 blank spaces will be on the left side. Okay, and Dhoni will be aligned to the right. If I say center, equal number of spaces will be left on the left side and right side, and Dhoni will be, so in this case we have 5, right? So 1, 2, 3 will be left here. You have D, H, O, N, I, and 2 spaces will be left here. If we had 11 spaces, then we would have had 3 spaces left on the right and 3 spaces left on the left side. So this is called left alignment, right alignment, and center alignment. In the alignment, the number of characters or number of spaces to fill with the characters is fixed, and we have to define that. If you say 12, it will fix 12 characters. With 10, it will fix 10 characters. Okay. Now, I said 10, and let's say the name has more than 10 characters. Okay, I think the name that we have taken, purposely have taken more than 10 characters. In that case, what happens? The alignment factor will be ignored. The values will not be truncated. Okay, so let's see this. So here for that I have to use dot format. Okay, so I say dot format. Okay, and I'm going to remove F from here, and I'm going to say P2, C2, comma, POS2. Okay, so I'm going to delete P2, going to delete C2, delete POS2. Okay, now I'm going to say here colon, because left side is for index, right side. So this is text, right? So we're doing text formatting. I say space. Space means I want to fill the blank spaces with blank. That's what it means. So space, then less than. Less than indicates left alignment. And I give 10. That means I want to put 10 characters. So you have space less than 10. Space less than 10 means you are formatting. You are going to give blank space, and you are giving you're saying left alignment, and we have fixed value 10. If I come here, I want to put underscore. Okay, and only one character you can give here. I don't want to fill with blank. I want to fill with underscore. Okay, and I want it to be the right aligned, and I give 15 as the position. Here I want to fill this with hash. Okay, I want it to be center aligned. So this sign, upward arrow, left alignment, left side arrow, less than, right side arrow, and upward arrow, which is on top of 6, right? Shift 6 will give you this this arrow. Okay, and then you define position as, let's say, 15. Okay, now if I run this one, so you see this Dhoni. I said left align blank, so 10 spaces are left for Dhoni, and 5 spaces is filled with alphabet, and next 5 spaces are left blank. Then I said place for India. I have said right aligned. So if you put 15 positions, India letters are 5. So 5 letters are put on the right side, and the 10 spaces, the 10 blank spaces will be filled with underscore. Okay. And for, sorry, this one I'm talking about, sorry, not that one, this one. So you have underscore filled and the alignment is right. So yeah, the blank, what should be filled with the blank space? Okay, you can leave it blank as well. So in this case, I gave a space, so I left it blank. Here, I want to fill with underscore, so you can put underscore. Greater than is for right alignment, 15. And here, I want to use hash. Okay, so the hash indicates that blank spaces should be filled with hash, and this sign indicates center aligned. Okay, so you have center aligned and first, so you have number of characters 4 on the left, number of characters 4 on the right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy same thing above also, and I'm going to say P1, C1, and pause 1. So say this, what happened? This name which I gave, Zakir or whatever, I don't even know to pronounce, has more than 10 characters. Then that's why the formatting got broken here. Other formatting will be there. Okay, so if I make it say 50 or 20, let's make it 20. Then you see. So this name is less than 20. So 20 spaces are left for name. Okay, and see, so here 20 spaces, P comes right below P, 4 comes right below 4, right? You have Australia right align, India right align, at position is exactly behind. So this makes you easy to read, right? So you can use formatting even to format string alignment, okay, so that the output looks very similar, right? So you can see country name is behind, is exactly under country name is exactly under name, city is exactly under city, position is exactly under position. So you can use this format for alignment also of the string. All good so far?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. I'll send a document which will talk about different types of formatting. Okay. So you have left, right, center. We have seen there are a few more. Okay. So like we have seen F also for float. Then you have D for decimal, O for hexadecimal, capital X. Not O is for octal number. Small x is for hexa format. Capital X for uppercase in hexadecimal. All those things I'll send a document. You can actually go through that and you can practice. Okay. So yeah.
I have one more question. So is there a way that I can access the recordings?
Yes. Okay. So we're trying to create a space, okay, Google Drive space, and I'll share. Okay. What I was thinking is probably if there's a problem of space, I can put it on YouTube and you can get the link. Okay. And I can make it as private link. So only those with the link will be able to access it. So that is an option. If we are not able to find a place today, we'll get a YouTube link. Okay, so I'll upload on YouTube as a private, and you can access this. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
we're just trying to work out on the space where to upload. Okay,
No problem. Thank you.
sure. Okay, so coming back to our numeric format. So numeric format, I said, we know we have seen integer, we have seen float. Next one is called complex. Now, again, if you guys remember your physics class, okay, or even mathematics class of intermediate class 12th, what was the square root of -1? Any idea? Square root of -1?
Isn't that the imaginary number I?
Imaginary number I, exactly. Okay. So in physics and mathematics, you would have used imaginary number I. Now in Python, it is represented as J. That's the only difference. Okay. So if I say num1 equal to 5 plus 7J. Okay. Now it so a complex number has two parts to it. One is your whole number, another one is your imaginary number. Okay, so if you don't have any whole number, let's say you want to put 0 here, so you can put 0. Okay, so 0 plus 7J is valid complex number. So if I have to print the type here, so I'll put some number 6 and I'm going to say type, okay, here type of num1. Okay, it says complex. Okay, these are called complex. Now if I remove this, if I don't put whole number and then we run it, this complex, right? So you can even ignore the integer part. You can just have this one. And J, so first thing is the letter is J, and second thing is that it appears after the numbers. So 7J. So now if I say 1 plus 7J, okay, and let's say I have number 2, which is 1 minus 7J. Okay, now I do print here and I say num1 into num2. What will be the output of num1, num2? So this is the format a minus b into a plus b. So again, going back to maths class, it will be your a square minus b square. So the a plus b into b plus a minus b is a square minus b square. So you get a square, which is 1 square, minus 7J square, right? What is 1 square? What is the value of 1 square?
1.
1 square is 1, minus 7J square. Seven square
49
and J square yes, J square is -1, so
yeah.
minus 41. So minus of minus 49, okay, will give us 50, isn't it? Let's see, we get 50. Since it is a complex number, so output is also in complex number format. So 50 is the whole number, integer number, plus 0J, indicating that there's no imaginary part. Okay, but since it's imaginary number, so output is also imaginary format. And this is what we'll do. Okay, we'll not do anything more on complex number because the kind of work we'll do, probably we won't be using complex number, right? When you get into those mechanics, right, under physics, those they will be using this. And okay, but that is it. Like this is also a number. So in number, what are the different operations you can perform? You can perform plus, minus, into, division, right? So now you know how to perform. You can perform this. So yeah, we will wrap up in 5 minutes. Okay, we will wrap up in 5 minutes. We'll not have to join back. Okay. Okay. So so this is the fourth type that we are going to talk about, complex, and this is it. I said, right, we will not have further discussion on this. The fifth data type, basic data type, is called Boolean. So I say val1 or something. Okay, true. Now, Boolean means two, right? Basically, either true or false. So if you define a variable for Boolean, it can take only two possible values. One is true and another is false. And Python, since it's case sensitive, it takes it as it is, as they have written. T is capital and rest has to be small. So if I say, okay, we'll comment this out. We'll discuss about this tomorrow on the different operations. So type, and I say val1, okay, and I run it. So you see, it has given us the type bool, okay, Boolean. Boolean can take only two values, true and false. So false would be F capital ALSE, okay. You see here, we haven't put quotation. If we had put quotation, what would have happened?
Would it be a string?
Let's see. Yes. If you put quotation, that's a definition of string. So this would no longer be a true. It would become a normal string. If you wanted to carry the property of Boolean, and there are operations on like and or not on Boolean. Okay. So those things cannot be performed. So you have to declare it as bool. Okay. So if you want to really use it as a true Boolean variable, you have to put it without string. Okay. So this will be our Boolean type. Okay. So now, so we have seen basic data types like float, int, string, complex, and Boolean. We will be performing, except complex, we'll have a session dedicated for each of these variables or data types. Okay, we'll talk about it. One thing, like we started discussion about conversion, right? Now, if you see here, can we convert this into string? If you
Yes.
convert it, if you convert into a string by using str of, will it be a valid conversion? Yes, it will be valid conversion. Okay. So if I say, okay, str of, it will just put quotation. Can we convert complex into string?
No.
We can, right? You just put
STR.
quotation here, right?
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, I see.
Right. So str, when you say str of num1, basically str of num1 will put quotation in the front and at the back. That's it. Can you convert integer and float into string? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So every basic format can be converted into string, but reverse is not true. If I write a string value 1 as, let's say, hello, this cannot be converted into int, float, or complex or Boolean. So not all values of string can be converted back to the basic data type. If you have 5 here, yes, this can be converted into integer. Okay, 5 5 can be converted into integer. 5j can be converted into complex. 5jk cannot be converted into any of the things, right? So this is one concept you have to keep in mind when you're converting data type. So if I say 5 here and then I try to print saying integer value equal to, and I say int of, right? Int of str1. Syntax, no problem. Syntax is perfectly valid. So when I run it, it will try to convert, and you see integer 5. But if I put 5k, now if I try to run it, value error, invalid literal for int with base 10. 5k cannot be converted. 5k does not have base 10. Okay, so you cannot convert 5k into int. Syntax, no problem. Syntax is fine, but the value is problem. So if I remove k, yes, I can convert this into integer. So we'll stop here for today. Tomorrow we'll look at different operations or rather than we'll talk about integer input first. Input function we'll talk about, and then we'll get into integer operations and logical operations. Any question before we wrap up?
Not really. That was the only thing. Basically, so as long as it's a number, it can be converted
Yes,
into string. And then if it's like if it has like a letter or something, it
You
cannot be
can't.
converted into the integers.
exactly. We'll talk about more about it when we take input function. Again, we'll come back to, we'll revisit this topic.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, then everyone, have a good night or good day ahead, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.